Hi guys, it's me Karen and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you a book I picked up. It's probably an older book, but I've kind of had it on my list to get for a while. This is the Wildwood Soiree, a fancy colorful or coloring and art book by Annie Stegg. I'm trying to pronounce it Gerard. If I'm screwed up the name, I'm terribly sorry. It's a really pretty little book. It's small. It's a square. Let me see if I can grab a book you all know. I have this one. I have a Carlson book here, and you can see that it's a lot smaller. Smaller in the width and smaller on the top by about 2 inches there. So it's a nice little size book, which I love. So we're going to pop in. Front cover is the original art. In the back of the book there's a bunch of pictures of the original pieces, and then we have the line art in here. So we're going to open the book. And it starts off at the front page. Same as the front cover, correct? Yes. And paper is lovely in this book. Nice and thick. It's also perforated here on the side if you want to tear out your pictures. You've got a little bit of information here. And like I said, really nice and thick. On each side over here you've got a tiny little drawing, which is really cute. So you can do a test on the pencils or the mediums you want to use. Other side you have the picture that you get to color. It has a little thing that says colored by, so you can put your name here and then the artist over here. I assume that's the name of the page or the picture, but I'm not sure. Here we have a very regal looking bear. He's got his glasses here and his beautiful outfit he's wearing. These are one-sided pages. If you wanted to do Copics, you can. You'll bleed through on this side, so if you don't mind missing that little piece, it's okay. And here we have the next little bear drinking tea. Sorry, it says detailed, so you have a lot of detail in here. We have a little perfume bottle on this side. Miss Sophie Fernbanks here. So, yes, I guess these are names. They all change. So, she is playing a cello with her beautiful hat at nighttime. Books on that side. Here we have Henry S. Branglenuk Jr. He's got his lantern. He's also out at night. Little raccoon. Lady Iris Ivyshire. Cocker Spaniel. A little Scotty dog. The prospector. I'm not going to get these names. Yeah, just not. He's cute. Got our little watch. I'm trying to see all the stuff in the background. He's got a whole farmyard of trees and pretty little flowers on this side. There she's got the perfume. She's got a perfume bottle here. Little possum. An umbrella. Little waterfall going on. He's got his little glass there he's drinking from. This is my favorite page and the one I'm going to color today. The little kitty. Lady Cordelia Snowmittens. He's got, what is he doing? He's got his monocle, his top hat. He's got a little something here, and he's throwing a coin in the air. Oh, wasn't she pretty? She was another thought, but I like the cat. My little chipmunk. Duchess of Cloverburl Field. Look at her dress. Wow. And this is the Baron von a Chestnut of a Timbermere. Lady Juniper Tanglewood. Believe she's a little fox. Even the watch over here is cool. I don't know if I've got both pages being shown. Sir Wimbledon Pennyfield. Okay, that's the end of those. And then you can come in here, and these are also perforated if you wanted to tear these out. And then you have their names a little bit bigger printed so you can see and read them a little better. And they're also done on very thick card. There's the bear that's at the beginning of the book. So you have a little reference of what they are or what their outfits are. Sometimes it's a little hard to tell in the line drawing what is going on up in the hats because we have these huge bows, any teeny little flower, feathers, pearls. I mean, there's everything in there. So she is a little raccoon. And of course, they'd be out at night. There's our little Cocker Spaniel with the curly ears. And our little puppy. Skunks. That could be a reason she's putting on the perfume. I love that color palette. It's pretty. There's a little kitty. And I was curious about the, that could have been a flower, but it is a bow. And then we have some flowers and some berries. Kind of like little dots. So that could be like a netted, iridescent fluff in the hat. We've got some leaves or feathers coming out here. This is more of the bow at the back of the hat and all this lace and then the pearls. One bow, some fur all over here. That's why it was another wonder. Gorgeous purse, a little bow down here. So yeah, we're gonna do that one. Love the framework on all of these pictures. He's awfully cute too. Tabby, I'd probably do him in brown. And at the last page here. And then came with a little thank you card in here with a note on the back. So I'm going to keep that in the book. And now we find our kitty cat. I'm going to break the spine a little bit here so I can get the book to lay down. So we can get a start on this. Okay. I put a white piece of paper behind because I don't know anything about the book yet. I'm going to use some Tombows and we're going to go around and put some greenery in back here. We don't really have a sky. All this is leaves and such in the original picture. So up to you whether you want to leave that green or not. You can leave it so you have a little blue in there. I'm going to start on this side. The leaves are, well, let's see, we'll go with the lightest color. I have a 131, which is a light green. And we're just going to kind of add it in here without touching the hat in some areas. You'll notice between the original and the page here, they're not going to be the same they've taken liberty to change that up a little bit. So even the side panel, which would be on both sides, is on one side instead of the both sides, and the leaves are not as pronounced as big old leaves like they are in the original. So you can take your freedom to do whatever you wish on the page. I'm going to make that a solid piece here, and up there, and then add some of that green over on that side. Okay, this is number 126, and we're going to add a little of that in there. It's a little darker. Oops, got a little on our ruffle. These are the ones that are up on our hat, so we want to leave those alone till I figure out what color I want to do them. And we have berries and such down here. We can go over those with pencils. Okay, and then we're going to go in with 312, which is a gray-green. Okay. I have 3 tones of green here. We have earth green, chrome oxide green, and then I have ivory, which is a light tone. And we're going to take the darkest tone in, and we're just going to add some color into here and shadow up these lines I already put in. This paper is nice to work on. Okay, then we're going to take a little of the earth green Do the same type of thing. Bring in the ivory just on the tips of everything. And then we'll bring in a berry color. This will also be the color that goes on her purse, her paws, her nose, and her ears. Okay, so it's Caput Mortuum Violet here. We're just going to go around these berries. We'll do all of them because I'll forget where they are if I don't. Of course, I'll probably forget where they are while I'm doing it too. There are berries up in here. I don't know, but there are in her hat. So we'll give those some red up here. I don't know if they really come out of the hat, but they could. There we go. I got pearls there. We should have some berries on this side, so we'll just add some in. And I think there should be some up here, so we're going to put some up here too. Okay, and in this area, there we go. Okay, so we're going to do all this greenery like this. Don't know how much of that you want to see, but I'm going to get down a little closer anyway. Okay, so we'll take these three colors and we'll shade in this little area down here. The earth green. And the ivory. Okay, other side. Going with the chrome green first. Earth green. And the ivory. Bring in a little bit of dark sepia into these really dark areas. And you can help balance out those leaves a little bit. This over here needs to get darker too. Okay, going upward. This you can just work in little circles. And up we go. This is the dark sepia. From Oxide green. Earth green. Ivory. Chrome green. Just pressing a little darker to darken up some areas here. Okay, and we're going to go on this side, do the same thing up here at the top, just little circles. And then I think some of those little circles went across here. So we'll get the sepia and put those in. There we go. Our background, and we can put a little blue. I'm going to use the light cobalt blue, and we're going to throw a little of that in here, just lightly. Okay. We're going to leave it like that for right now. It'll get darker. We're going to do her eyes with the same blue. We're going to throw a little green in them. And a little darker blue. Okay, the green, I'm sorry. The green we used was actually a cadmium yellow lemon. Blue here I'm using is Indanthrene Blue. Back with the cobalt light and blend those colors. Making the yellow kind of a green. Then we'll take the black. Go around the pupil here. Okay, we're going to do her little nosy. This is the Caput Mortuum violet we used on the little berry type things. We're going to put a little of this up in her ear. And a little on her paws. Let's see, her purse. She's got a lot of detail on her purse, which I'm going to leave as stitched detail. I don't know if I'm going to go around and put a whole bunch of gold paint or anything in it, but right now we're just going to get down a color palette. We want it darkest on the sides and lighter in the middle because we want it to look like it's a round purse. So we'll darken down here and then just lighten it as it goes up. Darken under here because it's clamped down with the metal work up here. And we'll pull down some wrinkles. To make it a little more like fabric. Okay, we'll bring in medium flesh into this. I was asked the other day why I used medium flesh in something that wasn't skin. It's a really nice subtle pink without being like a hot pink. And it works really well in shading with the deep reds, keeping it muted colored. This is cinnamon. Okay, and this is light flesh. Okay, go back in with the Caput Mortuum Violet. Just very lightly bring that color up. Put more pressure on this side. Shadow underneath her paw. Oh, got a little on her paw. Figure out where my eraser went. Well, Here it is. Red is notorious for not coming off the page, so I'll make sure it will. Very, very lightly in our area that we want to keep light. And I want that light. Okay, we're going to take a little bit of that sepia that we had before, the dark sepia. We're going to keep that going on through the whole page for shadowing. Like I said, under her paw, she's kind of holding that purse. We want that nice and shaded. Under that piece of metal, we want it shaded, and down here at the bottom, coming up. Okay, the little purse itself, you can either make that gold, silver, bronze, pewter. It's old-fashioned, so you gotta pick one. I'll let me stew on that one for a little bit. I would almost go with a dark black color, but I'm not sure what, that'd be more of a pewter. Maybe we'll go in with some gray here. We have warm gray 1V. I'm going to go in the darker or the recessed areas here. Everything that has a drawing on it or a line, that should be up. Everything that's blank space is behind. So we're going to go through that and just get that taken care of. Boom. What's all this stuff? It's probably, it's not part of the purse. I'm going to take our dark sepia with a little bit sharper point. Okay, we're going to go just around the edges and darken those. Okay, then we'll take the ivory here. That's our highlight. I'll go in with warm gray 3. Shadow those up, and then we'll get a white Posca. And we're going to highlight some pieces here. take our darker gray. I'm going to take our eraser and we just kind of speckle the background there a little bit. Go in with our dark sepia again, and we're just going to kind of put down these little circle type things like we did up here. Choose the side of the pencil to kind of give it a jagged look back there, like it's hammered. Correct any of these lines that we may not have gotten perfectly straight. Go back in and dab it again. And if you want, you can add a little bit more of the white in here. Just to add a little bit more shine to it. And that should do it for the purse. You could add little tiny little dots. I just don't know if I want to get that into it. Her paw we're going to finish up. We're bringing in the light flesh here. And then we're going to add in the cream. Soft little kitty paw. Can darken the edge with the Caput Mortuum Violet. Just to give it more definition as a round paw. Okay, her ear, and we're going to bring down the pink in here. Because we're going to bring fur up and over that. I want to have that color in there. Maybe a little in here too, so it kind of comes down. There we go. Her nose. Get a little of that light flesh in there. Tiny bit of ivory. Just to lighten that side. We're going to bring a little black in here. Bring that straight down into her little mouth here. Okay. touch her fur a little bit. I'm not sure how long this video is, but we're going to start with the Warm Gray 3. I'm going to bring up some fur here around her nose. Around the eyes here. Let's kind of make a little divot there and then bring it around. We're going to darken that area there and darken this area here. And then kitty cheeks kind of come up, so I'm going to make that a round circle, and over here a rounder circle. This color will be coming down this way. And of course in our ears here. And this side of our face is going to be darker because it is under the hat. So just go ahead and darken that up under the hat there. Okay, bring some of that over here and down into this area. Her chin also is a little round to the rounds here. So we'll make that darker and then bring some color down into this area. This will be darker too. And this will be darker. Leaving her chin white, her cheeks white. Make sure her cheeks are about the same shape. Under the chin dark. Okay. Up here, we're bringing that color down. Leaving this area a little whiter. This area white and this area white. So we can bring a little bit of that down here. This area here coming up, coming out of the eyes. I want that eye to slant down a little bit, so put a little curve there and have that color come out. Same on this side and out. We'll be doing this whole edge kind of in this gray, because we're going to be doing her white with gray in the background. Easier to put white on top of a color, so it'll show up a little more. Okay, down in here we've got our fur color, but our fluff is going to come down. So I want that dark here too. Her paw, we have a crease here, so that'll be dark, and in between her little toesies. And then her wrist, be dark going into that fluff spot. Her other paw, dark here. Behind the paws, kind of a wrist. Little dent there. Pull some hair down this way. just like that. We'll go in for a little bit darker color and just darken up the areas we already went over. Go in here a little tiny bit darker here. We're going to bring in some of that sepia, the dark sepia. Tiny little strokes and bring down some hair. Dark under there. A little underneath her mouth here, just a bit, very lightly. This is the 1V. Then we're going to go into the 3. Okay, then we're going to bring in a little slice tool here. I'll leave a link down to this. It's just, that's what it is, slice tool. It's a ceramic bladed knife type thing. We're just going to scratch in. See how it goes right over that gray and pulls some of that up. Some fur marks here. Okay, go back in with our light gray. It'll go over some of those lines we put in and not go all the way down into the paper, giving you a nice look. Okay, I'm going to do just a little bit more, and my battery is dying, so I'm going to have to stop. I'm going to put a little bit of the white Posca down in here. Up here in the ear. We're going to change those lines up there a little bit. Any of these lines you don't like, kind of color over them. For the hair that's in here. Lighten that one up a little bit. Let that dry, and then you can go back over it and put in some light. But like I said, my battery's dying, so I'm going to have to go. Hope you guys are enjoying, and I will see you in part 2. Take care, everyone. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section down below, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. See you later, guys. Bye.